Imagine, for a moment, that the very thoughts you trust, the decisions you make, and even your perception of reality are subtly, yet systematically, being manipulated, not by some external force, but by your own brain. It sounds like science fiction, doesn't it? But what if I told you it's a fundamental part of being human? For centuries, we've prided ourselves on our rationality, believing our judgments are logical and objective. However, groundbreaking psychological research reveals a different story. Your brain is a master storyteller, constantly weaving narratives and taking shortcuts that can lead you far from the truth, often without you even realizing it. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain on these mental shortcuts known as cognitive biases. We'll explore the mind-bending experiments that expose them and uncover how your brain lies to you, and more importantly, how you can begin to recognize and even outsmart these built-in psychological traps. Get ready to rethink everything. Our journey into the depths of human judgment begins with two titans of psychology, Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky. Before their revolutionary work, the prevailing view was that humans made decisions largely based on rational calculations. But Kahneman and Tversky challenged this, proposing that our minds operate on two systems, one fast and intuitive, the other slow and deliberate. In 1974, they published their landmark study on heuristics and biases, demonstrating that humans overwhelmingly rely on mental shortcuts, heuristics, to make quick judgments. These shortcuts, while efficient for processing vast amounts of information, systematically distort our judgment, leading to predictable errors. It was a paradigm shift in understanding human cognition. Their research revealed that these distortions weren't random. They followed patterns. This meant our errors weren't simply due to lack of information or intelligence, but were inherent to how our brains are wired. Even trained statisticians, supposedly paragons of logic, fell victim to these biases in controlled experiments, highlighting their pervasive nature. Think of it like this. Your brain is trying to save energy. Instead of running a full, complex calculation for every decision, it uses a simpler, faster algorithm. Most of the time, this works well enough. But sometimes, that quick calculation leads to a confidently wrong answer, leaving you blind to the actual truth of a situation. One of the most unsettling ways our brain lies to us is by creating an illusion of competence, especially when we lack it. This leads us to overconfidently make pronouncements or decisions, unaware of the actual gaps in our knowledge. It's a psychological blind spot, a metacognitive failure that affects us all, but some more profoundly. This phenomenon was famously dubbed the Dunning-Kruger effect in 1999. Psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger showed that the least competent people consistently overestimate their abilities. Conversely, experts tend to underestimate theirs. Why? Because true incompetence robs individuals of the very ability to recognize their own incompetence. It's like someone confidently declaring they're an excellent chef, despite burning water consistently. They simply lack the foundational knowledge to even know what good cooking entails. The Dunning-Kruger effect explains why certain individuals are so stubbornly convinced of their flawed ideas, dismissing any contradictory information as incorrect. And speaking of dismissing contradictory information, this brings us to confirmation bias, one of the most powerful and pervasive cognitive biases. In a groundbreaking 1960 experiment by Peter Wason, participants were given a rule and asked to find it by testing number sequences. Instead of trying to disprove their own hypotheses, they actively sought only evidence that would confirm them. Confirmation bias isn't just an academic curiosity, it shapes our daily lives. Think about how easily echo chambers form online, or how people cling to political beliefs despite overwhelming evidence. We selectively absorb information that fits our worldview, making us feel smart and justified, but ultimately keeping us trapped in our own mental bubbles. Our brains don't just selectively seek information. They also get unduly influenced by irrelevant data points. This is where anchoring bias comes into play, a fascinating phenomenon also extensively researched by Daniel Kahneman. It describes our tendency to rely too heavily on the first piece of information offered, the anchor, when making decisions. Kahneman's research dramatically illustrated anchoring bias. In one experiment, judges were asked to roll a pair of dice, which were rigged to show only high or low numbers, before sentencing a shoplifter. Astonishingly, judges who rolled higher numbers on the dice gave significantly longer sentences, shifting their estimates by over 50% purely based on a random number. This wasn't a trick of their perception. It was a subconscious pull. The initial, utterly irrelevant number became an anchor, influencing subsequent numerical judgments. This bias permeates everything from negotiating a car price, where the seller's initial offer sets the anchor, to estimating the value of a house, profoundly impacting our financial and legal decisions. So, if our brains are wired to lie to us, and even experts fall prey to these biases, are we doomed? Absolutely not. The first step to outsmarting your own brain is simply awareness. By understanding these cognitive biases, you gain a powerful tool for metacognition, the ability to think about your own thinking. Practically, this means actively questioning your first instincts. When you feel a strong conviction about something, pause. Ask yourself, is this genuinely my rational conclusion, or is my brain taking a shortcut? This self-reflection, though challenging, creates a crucial moment for deliberate, System 2 thinking to engage, rather than defaulting to intuition. To counter confirmation bias, adopt Wayson's lesson. Actively seek disconfirming evidence. Instead of looking for reasons why you're right, search for reasons why you might be wrong. Engage with diverse perspectives, even those you find uncomfortable. This isn't about changing your mind every time, but about stress testing your beliefs for robustness. Finally, be vigilant against anchoring. When faced with a numerical judgment or negotiation, acknowledge the initial number, but consciously adjust away from it. Do your own research to establish a fair value or reasonable estimate before the anchor is even presented. This proactive approach can save you from being unfairly swayed by irrelevant numbers. Understanding cognitive biases isn't about becoming a perfect, emotionless logic machine. It's about becoming more human, more aware, and more capable of navigating a complex world with greater clarity. Your brain is an incredible tool, but like any tool, it has its quirks and limitations. Knowing them empowers you to wield it more effectively. The insights from Kahneman, Tversky, Dunning, Kruger, and Wayson aren't just academic curiosities. They are blueprints for better thinking, better decision-making, and ultimately, a more accurate understanding of reality. Your brain might lie to you, but now you have the tools to catch it in the act. If you found this exploration of your brain's hidden lies fascinating and want to unlock more psychological secrets, make sure to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to our channel for weekly insights into the mysteries of a human mind. Until next time, keep thinking critically,